Come on over, it's time for Tim Friend.
All right, take two. I guess it just puts me right outside the place, which is nice. Excuse me. Excuse me for my terrible flatulence. Please excuse me. But it's, I say excuse me is more of like a reflex now, because I know it is impolite to burp, but I do it on the reg. I was gonna say pretty much every day, but I think it's multiple times every day is the frequency at which I burp. And I don't really know better. I also don't know how to stop. God, that hurts. 2.5 hearts? It's rough stuff, McGruff. Dang. Not even an iron chest? I died for this platform. Literally died. Anyway, what the fuck was I talking about? Bust my toe up. Really glad I didn't have to go to the doctor, because that would mean calling a doctor and setting up an appointment, or going to urgent care and then having to possibly wait for x-ray results to get back. It's just not something I want to do. It also costs me money, and I don't want to spend money, but I'm not competent enough to, like, haggle with a doctor. And we're in this fucking back-ass-words capitalist state where fucking you have to pay for healthcare. That's not in just, like, taxes. And it's already talking about how, like, money is scary for me right now, because it's like I don't get money from the work that I do, but I'm going to be spending the money for the wedding that I'm going to be having. And that's not to say that, like, oh, I'm gonna go broke. I'm gonna be in so much trouble. That's not the case. You don't have to worry about me. It's just something that I will irrationally let my brain grind mental cycles on. Even though I am okay, I do have money saved up. I'm not paying rent at Casa del Tintran right now, and I will not have to pay rent here for quite a while. Don't love these sea hats being here. One. Okay, that's them. Ugh, that was murder on me. Ugh. I had to concentrate so much. It was just so much dead air. I'm sorry. And, like, I'm gonna be fine monetarily. It's just that things my irrational anxiety brain grinds on constantly. It can't help but grind on them. And it's a waste of mental energy, because when I'm doing that, there's not things that I can do to take action. I often worry about things that aren't actionable for me in my current state, and I think that's why I sort of try to escape into video games so much, is because, like, it'll distract me from the things that I'm anxious about that I can't change. And I mean, that's a real thing. It's a real reason to do the thing that I'm doing. I hope that even if you're not watching this, even if you're just listening, or even if you have it on and can't hear, that's fine. That I am able to distract you from whatever your anxieties are. I hope that, I mean, I'm not trying to be like a remember how sad you can be. Like, that's not the purpose here. The purpose is to be like, yeah, you're not alone, and I'm probably not alone either in feeling like this. Or maybe you are alone, maybe you feel differently than me, and it also makes you feel bad, and you're like, oh, I don't have that, but I think I do have something. Or maybe I have that, or maybe I don't have that, but now I see that people sometimes do have that, and maybe you could take that, put that in your pipe and smoke it. Whoops, I forgot that there's 2 platforms to the south of where I was. Gotta do a Tokyo drift. There we go. I gotta go south, and then west, and then north, and then west, and then northeast. Alright, final 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 platform spaces on the map. Very cool, very nice. Alright, where's the ding-dang platform, though? I do wish there was more of a draw distance on these platforms. I would love to be able to see them from farther away off, rather than feel like I'm going to miss them if I don't scour large parts of the tile. There it is. I mean, that's fairly large. draw distance, but I don't know. Just being able to see it click in like that doesn't have the best feel. But I guess I don't know how big these tiles are. I haven't done like any map measurement on this game other than like it is divisible by 7 in some way, according to the map. That felt pretty good. 1, 2, 3, and done. 5 more of these cannons to go. Hopefully they don't snipe me. Well, what if I did a little broadside action? If I honed in on him like this? That's just the one. I was hoping for the twofer. That's just the one as well. Boom! Oh, that felt great. I didn't take any damage. And it's a spiky chest. Hooray! I've completely distracted myself from what I was talking about earlier. I hope that me talking about this, and like I've talked about talking about this stuff almost as much as I've talked about the stuff, and the stuff being like the philosophical and psychological stuff. But I think it is important to recognize that like even if we do have like a similar mindset, a similar method of perceiving the world through my lenses of anxiety and self-doubt and stuff like that, that doesn't mean that is a good way to see the world. You can't let it define you. You have to, like, it's a part of you, but it's, hey, just a straight up piece of heart. I did not expect that. You can't let it define who you are. And by let it, I mean, it's not like, just put your mind to it. Sometimes it's like, take some medicine or get counseling. Because you are more than that. Everyone everyone has magic within them. They have power. You have the power to increase joy. And like I said, you're a beam of light. And how you refract that beam and where you point your beam is how, like, and whose beams you mix your lights with. Like, that's the importance. That's the importance of being alive. That's the meaning of life, is to create a pleasant light show, I guess, where your beam can be seen or felt or hit like a switch in a Zelda dungeon or something to open a door, or be good with your beam, your power, your ability to make people happy, whether it's by being funny or by making art or just by making a cool sandwich, or whatever. Even if it's just like helping people, like, oh, here's data. I provided data to you. Oh, come on. Where's the guy? Turn around. Ugh! Fire arrow kill. There's still one more. There's never just one whiz robe, is there? Interrupt that cast animation. But yeah, make sure you're a beam of light, whoever you are. I'm not saying that you have always been the greatest beam of light, because I have also been a beam of light that has been real shitty, and the light, the bulb that produces my light does not have infinite charge, and you can't expect it to have infinite charge. The metaphor will fall apart. It's going to be soon. But we owe it. We don't owe it, but I mean, we have an obligation to everyone else and ourselves to make people happy with our beams of light, even if it's not like an immediate gratification. If it's just like if it's a delayed gratification, that's okay. And it's not as simple as like, just make people happy and make yourself happy. I don't know. I believe that there is sort of like well, no. I was going to say I believe that there's like a moral code that everyone shares, but that's clearly not the case. It's just that I don't interact with people with moral codes that are wildly different from my own on a regular basis, and maybe that's a fault, maybe that's a flaw of mine, but I mean, I don't want to I don't want to interact with people in general, so I'm definitely not going to interact with people that are mean to me. Well, maybe they wouldn't be mean to you, Tim. Maybe you just have a reasonable debate. Well, I'm afraid, I'm anxious. So in my head, they will be mean to me. Everyone's going to be mean to me until I know otherwise. This is a mindset that has I would say worked for me in the past, but the reality is that it has worked. It has worked me in the past. Just let me, Tornado, I really just need you to not with me right now. I gotta blow up this cannon. Thank you. Now there's just there. It is wood. And then there's cannons on the far platform. Hup. No. Set sail. Let's boost over here. Alright, come on. I don't know. I do believe that people have the capacity to be good, but I think that the sort of like the evil, there is evil in thinking only of yourself, and there is a lack of good in thinking only of others. I wouldn't call it like an evil necessarily, but like if you are entirely selfless, you are forgetting that you are also a person, and so then you're being like the still bad inverse of complete selfishness. But I think that a life, as much as it can be, should be devoted to making the greatest amount of happiness in the world. And I think that's a pretty safe philosophy to have, you know? I don't think that I'm gonna be like, whoa, I can't believe he would say such a thing. Like, ain't none of that, but I mean, the wind's basically blowing in that direction. We'll just fudge it. And it's not like a revolutionary thing to say, but it's something that I do think about but sometimes when I don't have like a podcast or an audio book or a video game going on, when I think about like what is important, what is best in life. I don't think victory is best in life. I don't think proving yourself over someone or something, unless that makes you and others happy. Like if it makes just you happy to win, to be a winner, then I mean, maybe you're doing something by yourself. That's okay. That's fine. If it makes just you happy and makes other people unhappy, then you're not winning good. You're not being a good win. There's also a case to be made for people losing and being unhappy, that they're not being a good lose. I don't know. There's no fucking thesis to this. There's no satisfying conclusion. Be happy and make others happy. Don't forget to do either one of those things. They are both important to do. So make sure to do them. Alright, next time on Tim Friend, we'll be done with the platforms. Wow, only 7 episodes will be platform based. Alright, bye everybody. We're Tim Friend.